She invited a single dad to shame him at her wedding. He arrived with bodyguards, and the CEO. The entire wedding garden fell into stunned silence the moment 3 black luxury SUVs rolled through the front gate beneath the bright afternoon sun. Guests who had been laughing only seconds earlier slowly turned toward the entrance, their smiles fading into confusion. The bride stood frozen near the flower-covered aisle, expecting to see a lonely, embarrassed single father walking in with his head down. Instead, professionally dressed bodyguards stepped out first, calmly taking their positions before opening the rear door for a quietly confident man holding the hand of his young daughter. Behind him emerged one of the country's most respected CEOs, whose unexpected arrival instantly changed the atmosphere. The cruel surprise planned for one man had suddenly become the biggest surprise for everyone else. Before this emotional journey continues, please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone who believes in kindness and second chances, and subscribe to the channel Ripple of Soulful Tales. Your support helps us bring more inspiring stories that remind the world compassion is never wasted. The man everyone was staring at was Rowan Mercer, a 37-year-old single father whose life had been defined by sacrifice rather than success. 6 years earlier, his wife had passed away after a sudden illness, leaving him to raise their daughter, Ivy, alone. The loss had broken him in ways no one could see. While others measured success by expensive cars or impressive job titles, Rowan measured his victories differently. Every packed school lunch, every bedtime story, every birthday cake baked with his own hands felt like another promise kept to the woman he had loved. Money was often scarce, sleep was even scarcer, but he never allowed his daughter to feel abandoned by life. Every morning before sunrise, Rowan worked as a maintenance supervisor for a growing technology company called Northbridge Innovations. His job rarely attracted attention. He repaired electrical systems, solved emergency maintenance issues, and quietly kept the company's headquarters running without expecting recognition. Most executives barely knew his name. Yet everyone who worked alongside him respected him because he never refused to help anyone, whether they were janitors, receptionists, or senior managers. Years before tragedy entered his life, Rowan had dated a woman named Cassandra Hale. They had met during college when dreams were larger than reality. Rowan believed they would build a future together, but Cassandra always wanted more than simple happiness. She dreamed of luxury, prestige, expensive vacations, and a social life filled with influential people. When Rowan chose stability over risky business ventures, she ended their relationship without looking back. Within months she was dating wealthy entrepreneurs, eventually becoming engaged to Victor Langston, a successful real estate developer whose fortune attracted admiration everywhere they went. As her wedding approached, Cassandra planned every detail to perfection. Designer flowers decorated every pathway. Crystal chandeliers sparkled beneath elegant white tents. The invitation reached Rowan unexpectedly. At first he intended to decline. Attending the wedding of someone who had long forgotten him seemed unnecessary. But little Ivy noticed the invitation resting on the kitchen table and innocently asked why people invited guests if they never intended them to come. Her simple question lingered in Rowan's mind throughout the evening. He eventually decided to attend, believing maturity sometimes meant facing uncomfortable moments instead of avoiding them. What Rowan never expected was that his ordinary life had quietly touched someone far more influential than he realized. 3 years earlier, during a violent summer storm, Northbridge Innovations had experienced a massive electrical failure that threatened to destroy millions of dollars worth of research equipment. While panic spread through the building, Rowan worked for nearly 14 exhausting hours without stopping. During that crisis, he also noticed an elderly visitor trapped inside an elevator. Without hesitation, he risked his own safety to rescue the frightened man before emergency crews arrived. That elderly visitor had introduced himself only as Mr. Ellison. Rowan never discovered that the quiet gentleman was actually Adrian Ellison, the billionaire founder and CEO of Northbridge Innovations. Adrian had intentionally visited the headquarters anonymously to observe company culture without receiving special treatment. While many employees ignored the elderly stranger during the emergency, Rowan treated him with dignity, offered him water, checked his health repeatedly, and refused any reward afterward. Rowan simply believed helping people required no audience. Adrian never forgot that day. Instead of rewarding Rowan immediately, Adrian quietly monitored his career. Every report confirmed the same remarkable pattern. Rowan donated vacation days to co-workers with sick children. He repaired broken bicycles for neighborhood kids free of charge. He volunteered at community shelters every weekend with Ivy by his side. Even when facing financial hardship, he never complained. Months later, Adrian personally promoted Rowan into facilities operations manager, but Rowan believed it happened because of years of hard work. He never realized the CEO himself had recommended him. As Rowan entered the garden holding Ivy's hand beneath the warm afternoon sunlight, whispers spread across every table. Guests stared not because Rowan looked wealthy but because the country's most admired CEO walked several respectful steps behind him like an honored companion instead of the other way around. Confusion quickly replaced confidence on Cassandra's face. Then something happened that no one anticipated. Instead of exposing anyone or seeking revenge, Adrian requested the microphone only after receiving permission from the wedding coordinator. Every guest expected an announcement about business or perhaps congratulations for the couple. Instead, Adrian calmly shared a story about integrity. He spoke about an employee who had once saved both valuable company assets and an elderly stranger during a dangerous storm without asking for recognition. He explained that genuine leadership was measured not by wealth but by character displayed when no one was watching. Finally, he revealed that the man standing quietly beside his daughter was that employee. A heavy silence settled across the garden. Many guests looked toward Rowan with entirely different eyes. The expensive suit worn by Victor suddenly seemed insignificant beside the quiet strength carried by the single father. Ivy looked up proudly at her father without fully understanding why hundreds of strangers had begun applauding. Adrian then announced something that shocked even Rowan. Effective the following Monday, Rowan would become Director of Community Operations for Northbridge's expanding National Outreach Program, a position created specifically to recognize people who led through compassion. The promotion came with financial security, flexible hours to remain present for Ivy, and the opportunity to build programs helping struggling families across the country. Rowan stood speechless. Tears filled his eyes as years of quiet sacrifice suddenly felt seen. Not because of money or status, but because someone had noticed the countless unseen choices he had made out of love. Cassandra lowered her eyes. For the first time in years, she realized success built on appearances could never compete with respect earned through humility. No speech could erase what she had intended, yet the kindness Rowan showed by accepting the invitation without bitterness became the greatest lesson of the day. He never humiliated her in return. He simply thanked Adrian, held Ivy's hand, wished the couple a peaceful future, and quietly prepared to leave. The applause that followed was not for wealth, influence, or dramatic revenge. It was for a father who had spent years choosing kindness when life gave him every reason to become bitter. Many guests later admitted that Rowan's quiet dignity became the most unforgettable memory of the wedding, overshadowing every expensive decoration and luxury centerpiece. If this story has touched your heart, please like this video, share it with your family and friends, leave a meaningful comment, and subscribe to Ripple of Soulful Tales. Your support allows these stories of hope, forgiveness, and humanity to reach more hearts around the world. Special request: before you leave, comment below with the words, "Kindness always wins," if you believe that good character is worth more than money or status. As the afternoon sunlight slowly faded into a peaceful golden glow, Rowan and Ivy walked toward their car hand in hand, smiling with quiet gratitude. They had arrived expecting humiliation but left carrying something far greater than public respect. They carried proof that every unseen act of kindness eventually finds its way back, often when it is needed most. Life may overlook good people for a season, but true character has a remarkable way of shining brightest when the world least expects it. And on that unforgettable wedding day, everyone discovered that the strongest person in the room was never the richest, the loudest, or the most celebrated. It was simply a father who never stopped choosing love.